Hey there, Angry Anime Fan 2 here to bring you the Fairy Tale 318 chapter, Gajeel vs. Rouge. And as we saw last week, Rouge's shadow suddenly started to talk to him. And while that wasn't really, that was weird, at least, yeah, I have to say, well, we still have not got an explanation on why, yes, that happened, but let's just say this. The little explanation we got in this chapter, I thought it was okay. It was not bad for me. And yeah, unlike you despisers, I always try to look the other way. I know despisers were disappointed this week, but, well, it starts off with future Lucy leading the gang. However, they run into guards instead of fleeing, and they notice that Yukino and Arkaidos are gone, so Mira Jane tries to run after them. And they begin to fight the knights using magic because they're not at the gate yet. Elsewhere, Rouge's shadow suddenly starts possessing himself, Rouge, and Gajeel wonder who he is. The shadow just answers, "Shadow." And Rouge get a major power boost, and he actually managed to wound Gajeel this time. However, Frosh gets scared because when he looks at Rouge's eyes, he mentions that's not Rouge, meaning that it's truly something evil. Even stranger, for me at least, we um, Mavis, who have seen pretty much thing, noticed that she has never felt such evil magic, or that it's a evil magic she haven't felt before. Even Jalal in the group notice it, and they wonder, is it future Lucy or is it from? But they notice that it's from town and wonder where well, it's only here in this chapter that I get lost a little bit. Uh, they wonder, wasn't it future Lucy who gave that power, because they notice it from town? Or the other theory is that they're wondering how is future Lucy. But Yalal at least says that she's with Natsus group, so she should be okay. Well, don't blame me if I were wrong. It was pretty difficult to understand that, or maybe it was because I read some reviews. Either way, Rouge grabs Gajeel and leaves in tears. He prepares to finish him off by devouring no, Rouge tries to finish Gajeel off by devouring Gajeel with shadows. Frosh begins to run away to, I think, that down to the arena to find, Rouge. However, now Gajeel decides to be just as reckless as uh, our friend Natsu, and he eats the shadow and becomes, well, either the Shadow Iron Dragon or the Iron Shadow Dragon. I think it was the Shadow Iron Dragon. And he mentioned something like Rouge's real name is something else. It's Raios, and apparently he really was a disciple of Gajeel, because I was wondering, how could Rouge be a disciple of Gajeel, and how could he look up to him and all that? And I really thought he was just another kid who was a fan of Gajeel. However, now Gajeel says Raios, or I am gonna say Rouge because that name is easier to understand, was not a fan of Gajeel. He was a disciple and he feared Gajeel. Now with his new power up, Gajeel raises on his foot, says, "I'm gonna bring back that fear in you." So is that the true story? That Rouge was not a fan of Gajeel, but he was afraid of him. Maybe that could explain why he is so obsessed in defeating him. Because maybe he is so afraid of Gajeel he wants to overcome his fear. Or he just wants to prove to Gajeel that I'm not some kid you can bully around anymore. Maybe that's what he was trying to do. Either way, I think that was good. I was a little bit disappointed that this fight was not wrapped up in this chapter, because, meaning, the enemy is catching up! Unless the enemy team somehow managed to do at least 7 filler episodes, then we're in for a pretty big scare. Well, because one anime episode is usually two manga chapters. That's the problem. Well, anyways, that's this chapter. Pretty decent. Good to see some new shadow dragon power. Still not explained what that shadow evil possession come from, and now it seems that Archaidos and Yukino may have a hidden motive. Next week's chapter is titled White Knight, which did Archaidos take Yukino because he knew that perhaps future Lucy really does hide something, or did he take Yukino because he's gonna use his own ambition, or did he use that for something else? Well, probably next episode we will get a hint, but only a hint. I'm not saying we will. I have no problem with this episode. Chapter! I liked it. And by the way, it's dark, isn't it? Except there. I was trying to light the mood. You know. See you guys next time. Bye.